Guys, MAXPAX in the top right side, it's the grand finals. BYUN in the bottom left, it's a PVT. These players have both cleaved through the opposition like a knife through hot butter. This is a tournament that already had Hero, Solar, Percival, Clem, all fall by the wayside. And we're really going to find out now who is the best Protoss of them all. BYUN has already taken out a few very good Protoss players. Is MAXPAX made of sterner stuff? We're starting on Washout here. We are using a modified map pool with 4 non-ladder maps in the current PiGosaur weekly pool. We're going to change that even more to make it a bit more varied and get more and more maps out there, because at the moment we are hitting that stage in the season where, yeah, it's good to see the players are like nice and used to the maps and the strategies matter and stuff, but also it is going to start getting very samey very soon. So I think weekly tournaments, relatively low stakes environment, good chance for us to test out different maps, try different things, and just kind of see what's out there and let the players get used to it, add a bit of variety. Shield batteries on both base, triple Phoenixes here. I mean, the problem for BYUN, guys, if you don't know it's Phoenix, you might overcommit to an attack, but I think BYUN's just going to go all in. It looks like he's just going to boost across with siege tanks and go, go, go. Now, I think he wants to just go right now. Yeah. So he's just going to go attack immediately. He will be rallying Vikings tanks and Marines across. Phoenix are obviously good for picking up units, but if the Marines can, like, kill one of these Phoenix early, and if there's just no other supporting units, MAXPAX only has 1 Stalker and an Observer? He just has no idea what's going on. He's waiting for a mine drop or something to come in. He's not expecting a frontal push. He's about to find out. This is a lot of Terran on your doorstep, man. That is a lot of Terran units on your doorstep. There is a backup pylon powering the Robo, which is important. This is still very scary. MAXPAX immediately throws another pylon. Continues to try and mine gas, but that probe gets stuck on the outside there. Doesn't go down, though. Siege tank is a little bit exposed. Cyclones and Marines there ready to chase after them, but look at that. The rally is vulnerable. He can both pick off the Marines and the siege tank there. 1 Marine still fighting. Cyclones, Marines, and tanks say, well, if your Phoenix isn't at home, you lose your Robo. Fraction of a second before the Immortal comes out. BYUN's just being shoving today, and he's finding massive success with it. The Marines and the Cyclone take out one of those high-energy Phoenix. The second one gets very low. It does go down. The tank gets picked up, but then it gets immediately pushed back on the ground. And I think that's just going to be game there. Beautiful push here for BYUN, and MAXPAX thought, you know what, good chance of a mine drop, a Marine drop coming in. Turns out, no, this is a frontal push. And if you've only got 1 Stalker and 3 Phoenix, nothing else, beelining towards the Robotech, you were just too greedy. That is a build order win for BYUN. All right, guys, going into game 2. MAXPAX in the bottom right, BYUN in the top left. Going for a gas first opening. All right, interesting. Someone in chat was just saying, Phoenix Colossus, I want to see it work so bad. And I think it does. It's a great build. It's a really good build. Don't get me wrong, the pros are amazing at using Twilight Blink these days, and they love that. But I think Phoenix Colossus is one of the nice ways to slow the pace down. And it would have worked completely fine, but he played a very greedy version of it against a very committed push. And it's just a build order loss. If you choose not to scout with your Phoenix, which usually at this level, it's a pretty safe bet your opponent's going to open up with some sort of drop harassment. Hide your Phoenix so he doesn't know about it, and when the drop flies in, you kill a bunch of units for free, and then you've just got full map control. Your Phoenix can harass, picking off SCVs. You got Colossus coming out. You add a third. You can go into Twilight Forge, add charge. It's a great style. But yeah, he was hiding the Phoenix, hoping for the big value. If he'd sent a first Phoenix across the map early and seen what was happening, he could have defended it. Or if he'd built a few more gateway units for safety. So this is the NA server crapping itself, guys, is the best description I can give for what we're witnessing right now. My ping is pretty stable. Yeah, my ping's stable at 140. So I think one of the observers might be lagging really badly. Probe's going to come in. Finally gets the scout on the second location. And this was this Cybercore after Nexus? Bit of a greedier build for MAXPAX. You like to see it. Reaper into factory and second gas. The factory started nice and early, guys. About 1:55. BYUN's been so brutal today, but on this map, I guess Mothership. You take your third up here as Protoss, and then maybe he goes here or just here. I don't actually know how MAXPAX expands on this map. I kind of feel like it's a good map for Phoenix Zealot. Reaper doesn't get any damage. He's going to have to pull away so he doesn't die. Hey, Pig, I finally got past my ladder. Intimidation, anxiety. Went 6-1 today, rewarding myself with some stream. Oh, good job, dude. Good job. Can't always be days that good. Sometimes you got to get on there and just, you know, lose a few games. Good thing about losing is it'll mean your future games are easier. So there's a silver lining to having one of those days where you get your butt kicked, but it does always feel good to have a day where you're all on it. Dominating your opponent's left, right, and center. Hallucinated Phoenix just kind of gets a bit of an idea what's going on. MAXPAX does not want to get caught with his pants down again. And of course, Blink starts up, not the fastest Blink. Squeezing out Sentry and Stalker, not cheap on the gas. It's weird that an observer would lag the game. The game shouldn't need to be in sync with an observer. Ah, but it does. But it does. The way it works, yeah. Because everyone has to kind of be synced up. I'm not there on the technical side. Maybe someone understands a bit better, but yeah, you can't have someone just like it's you know, you are live processing exactly as if you were there watching, which is why we get the instant interactions of the units the same as the players. Oh my gosh, what is going on today, guys? BYUN just is doing standard Widowmine drops, and Protoss players are like crapping the bed. What the heck, man? First Clem, now MAXPAX. Just way too late to pull the probes. It's good to pull the probes. You got to do it early, though. You can't wait that long. At that point, he would have been better off trying to not spread at all, or not pull at all, or spread rather than run. You know, spread them in different directions. That was crazy. This is old school TVP now. Where Protoss is like, well, I lost a ton of probes and now I'm behind. It's quick third, and it is MAXPAX. Also, he's going Templar Archives, which I think is the better comeback tech. Sentry gonna get focused down. Oh, juicy. I think that's super worth. Auto turret for a Sentry. I'll take that trade any day. That's 100 gas. All right, depots are building. We got the second and third barracks there as well. Pretty straight up play for BYUN. Nothing too fancy from here. It looks like the Raven will rotate around the right side, try to harass there, knowing that he's probably forced some defenses in the main. That's very wise. Storm coming in. I think that Storm's going to have a fair bit of heavy lifting to do. BYUN sends his tanks in front, as they have 7 range. Stalker's only 6. Marines 5, Marauders 6 as well. See, the Marines going in front is sloppy. You're gifting MAXPAX a couple of kills here. Auto turret comes in, gets a few probes. 3. Very nicely done by BYUN. These Marines trying to pull back. 2 Marines only go down. The Stalkers take enough damage that I think this is not a bad push out for BYUN. His medevacs are building, his stim shields and +1 are almost there. I'd love to see BYUN just turn around and go home. Storm's almost ready. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He sees the High Templar. And he will go home now. Great play for BYUN. Oh, he thinks about going forward. What the heck? Surely that's crazy. Surely this is a crazy man decision. 4 gates are up. 5 more building. That's going to be 9 gates momentarily. 3 zealots going to the left. We've got more High Templar warping on the right. Oh, he's going to try and get a volley or 2 on the tanks. Oh, okay. 4 Stalkers for a tank. Not the prettiest trade. And the tank almost gets the High Templar as well. Dude, BYUN's all over it. Another few probes going down. The Raven is just smashing. BYUN is all over this. What is going on, guys? How is BYUN this good at StarCraft today? I don't even understand what's happening. These Protoss players tend to have winning advantages against him, but today, He is the daddy. He is the captain. He's doing very well. He's going to watch out for energy recharge. Storm, though. Eats a big storm there. Takes out a lot of expensive units, though. Picks up and saves the weakest ones. The Immortal runs in and dies to those Marauders. The tank looks like it will finally go down. He is taking a lot of damage back at home behind this. Widowmine will take out just one Zealot before it falls. Back to mining there, and he's got to put an SCV back on this third base. Surely MAXPAX doesn't come back after that series of trades. And yeah, massive lost mining time. Third command center only just started building. MAXPAX has a third, which he's trying to reprobe desperately. Oof. Chat says, doesn't BYUN still have the captain hat? Wait, did BYUN get the hat off Harston? What's the backstory on that? Our Shopify Rebellion buddies. Did Harston lose a bet? Oh, MAXPAX looking for a big bust. Gonna try and focus that bunker down. The Zealots will fall. He wants to get those High Templar far forward. BYUN's bunker target fired one of the High Templar. The bunker targeting the High Templar was huge. Double drop in the main could kill the production if you're not careful. Zealots are trying to come forward. Same time, did he get any big storms there? Looks like a storm on the ramp, but not in the mineral line. The Archon in the mineral line, though. Dude, the Archons on the SCVs is huge. Oh, good hot pickups for MAXPAX. He's saving his Archons. They're both very low, but he's got a few Zealots and more storms coming in to seal the deal. That's going to be that hit. Just enough Zealot Stalker to defend. 18 workers have gone down. Third command center gets cancelled. A beautiful storm timing. BYUN, 10 worker kills. Great attack on the front, but he just had no units for that Zealot run by. This is tragic. And the reason this is so tragic, let me explain to you, is he messed up his production. So the reason why he had no units for those Zealots is he just had a gap in his production. So look at this. These Zealots run in. He's actually got Marines and Marauders building right now, but he's just moved out with these guys. What happened here? Oh, the Marines and the Marauders kind of just stand there. It's a lot of SCVs, delay on his third, and a hold at home. It was crazy that MAXPAX got that game. Well played by MAXPAX. He hangs in there. All right, guys, it's Proxy Barracks time. MAXPAX in the top right, BYUN in the bottom left. We've got a barracks in the middle of the map as well. Is that just a Reaper? Does he have space for a tech lab? Oh, no! You're kidding me! That's on the most direct path? Well, that's not a good proxy location. Luckily for him, MAXPAX wasn't paying attention for a few seconds. But, ooh, we'll see how we go. He's got a good section here to protect. Second probe comes out a bit late. I think he finishes this. BYUN, he needs a bit of luck. Pray to the RNG gods. He needs to go down here. He needs to rotate. He rotates to the correct side. Tries to build a depot, but the depot messes him up. The depot's a negative. Negative micro. No. BYUN. That's a dumb proxy location. I think maybe he was expecting the probe, if it did scout, to go around the side, looking for a more standard proxy location. Ouch. All right, guys. MAXPAX in the bottom left side of the map. BYUN in the top right. And MAXPAX now up 2-1 after a lucky turn of events. Now, we have actually asked the map maker to make some adjustments to this map if they're willing to, and they said yes. I don't know if they've gotten around to it. We're about to find out. No, that's a normal moving probe by the looks of it, right? I think that's normal, yeah? And then it should be, yeah. Because I want it to be where the water pushes in both directions. So there's a dead spot in the middle, but then you move like slower against the current. So there should be a directional current from the right to the left and from the left to the right and a dead spot in the middle. We'll get that added at some point. It's not there just yet, but I think it'd be really fun. I also feel like Archons should do bonus damage to anything in the water because water conducts electricity. And like if you Psystorm anywhere, it should damage the entire water, not just where the storm is. Okay, now I'm just joking at this point. But yeah, I do actually want that water mechanic in there because that is something that does exist in the editor. Things that kind of push your army around, which is cool. Oh, I got a factory coming in, second gas. So double gas barracks factory play for BYUN. Storm Surge is a bigger map. This one's replaced Old Republic in our map pool, guys. And that probe, you can see, he's a bit blurry, man. He's a little bit blurry as he goes through the surge of stormwater. It is a bit of a visual effect that makes, it does make me feel like I'm wearing someone else's glasses a little bit, right, guys? It feels a little bit like you've put on Big Gabe's glasses. I don't know if you guys have seen. Big Gabe's even more blind than me. His glasses are like 2 inches thick. It's definitely interesting. Barracks Factory Starport there. Command Center started. Not the quickest command center, as it is a very fast Starport build. Second barracks as well. Battery on the natural. Very safe openings for both sides. Well, you could argue this is not really safe so much as aiming to be aggressive for BYUN. Sentries and batteries normally do very well against double gas builds. Oh, hello. Oh, as if not force field that. I guess oh, we didn't have energy. Never mind. That's a tempting one to force field. Reaper couldn't escape. Reaper's just going to hang out down there. And he's like, yeah, okay, I was feeling way too drunk. Hallucination comes in, sees a Widowmine in the command center. Doesn't see anything else, but one can assume it'll be a Widowmine drop after that. And it's going to be 3-gate blink. Does MAXPAX try to go third base before Robo? I think that'd be a good call. MAXPAX is known as being the best player against Banshees. So a lot of people will not play Banshee against him because of that. And that's the thing you can take advantage of, right? If you're so known for shutting down the Banshee, guess what? You can skip Robo and actually be dangerous against it because your opponents will not be gambling on that play more often than not. Thanks, Turtle Pants, sharing some love with you. Hey, no worries, guys, in the YouTube chat. No, this is totally fine. Sending you guys love. I appreciate you. Hey, it's impossible to keep up with everything that's going on, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out, dropping by the YouTube chat. Oh, another time, 3 probes go down. Thank you. Thank you, says BYUN, as he gets a ton of kills there. 36 workers to 31 right now. That Raven can get some follow-up damage as well, and this Widowmine can recycle. Could be kind of nasty. Does he block him this time? If he tries to run away, he might force field him. Sentry getting some damage. Stalker warps in. Robo's finally started, and it is indeed that delayed Robo that I was talking about, guys, after the third Nexus goes down. So I do like this mix-up for MAXPAX. Unfortunately, he forgets his pylon and eats a hefty supply block. Raven's going around the left. Widowmine drop's going to go back. He should repair. If you go all the way to your natural, surely you should stop and repair both of these up, yeah? Maybe? Maybe it's enough just to go in and distract him with it later on, even though it is very damaged. eBay's finishing up here on the natural. 3 barracks are now producing. Should see the add-ons swapping around a little bit. Looks like, yeah, okay. So he's just going to build 2 tanks, and then they'll swap the tech lab. Phoenix Hallucination goes down. It's a very standard kind of switch up here for BYUN. Does he risk taking his third on location in this map, guys? I think he should. Because he's got MAXPAX quite pinned defensively. And he won't be taking that third for another minute, by which point he's going to be pushing out with Stim, Marine, Marauder. 2 medevacs will be coming out. Good spot. Great spread of units, though. Look at this, guys. 3 Stalkers in the main, 2 in the natural, 3 Stalkers and a Sentry on the third. This does mean MAXPAX has no front pressure, though, which is why BYUN can freely move through the center of this map. MAXPAX trying to rectify that by moving forward. Those Stalkers looking very drunk right now. I'm not too big on this blurring effect, to be fair. I think it just hits a bit too hard. I think if it was just a slight blurring, it would be okay, but this blurring is crazy, man. It's a little bit wild, isn't it? The army moving through the middle. This is a very weird choked up area. If they get tank sieged here, it's actually really awkward. I think you should just siege the tanks there, probably. Ooh, good force fields. Focusing the tank. 1 tank goes down. Brilliant play. Brilliant play. Very nicely done. Really good positioning. Stim's ready. He's not going to stim, though, unless he absolutely has to. And look at that auto turret's going in. He's got a ton of energy on the Raven. Raven could do massive damage here. And the Zealot's coming in. That's going to prompt him to... He only stims the Marines. Did you see that, guys? He didn't stim the Marauders, right? Or did he? They look like they're shooting pretty fast. Maybe he did. Maybe they just have more hit points. The Marine and Marauder trying to pull back. The Colossus is going to scare you away. You got to get out. You can't fight the Colossus. Another auto turret comes in. He's got more energy where that came from. Widowmines do get caught on that left side. Very well defended by MAXPAX, who survives. But the Raven Doing a fair bit of damage, man. Fair bit of damage. I know who to root for. Usually I root for Zerg. Well, MAXPAX plays a more map control-y style past this stage. If he can survive another 2 minutes, he's going to be swarming over BYUN, and BYUN's going to be turtling. But up to this point, you can see it's BYUN swarming and MAXPAX turtling. So depending on which sort of Zerg you are, a turtle Zerg or a map control Zerg, you can maybe pick based off of that. Water turret's not bad. He's just going to scout the base. Of course, we know it's Colossus style. Could hide in the corner as well. And this double drop, going to try to get in there later. Observer gets cleaned up on the other side. There is a decent squad moving down here, so he's going to be ready to snipe the third. If you move too far out of position for the double drop, MAXPAX on just 54 probes. He's going to recall his army, which means the other guys should absolutely stim in the front. These guys do pick up, but Stalker's almost getting one. Oh, he loses a full medevac, and that's why you save your boost for the way out. Don't waste it on the way in, but look at that. The probes try to distract him. Not going to take the bait there. Gets the third Nexus snipe, not to mention 9 probes in total going down. An excellent trade for BYUN, who's got 4th and 5th Barracks Tech Labs. He's got a 3rd command center ready to float out. He's got all the follow-ups that he needs. And with Vikings non-stop producing, he's large and in charge. MAXPAX going for a counterattack. He figures, I've got Colossus, got extended thermal lats. Now is my moment. I must go get some damage. BYUN will see him coming though. And that means BYUN can try to defend. This choke point's pretty hard for the Protoss to push through. Then again, Colossus range is crazy. Raven will come back. These guys aren't SCV scouts. He's rallied SCVs across the map. What the hell, BYUN? Because BYUN has accidentally rallied SCVs across the map. I do not know why. Obviously a misclick, but very weird that how that even happened. There are 4 Vikings, very necessary to help defend here. This Widow Mine's going to be huge. Watch out for the Widow Mine. Okay, he sees it. MAXPAX sees it. Widow Mine gets baited by the blink. Well done. Marauder Marine in the back there, killing quite a few probes. Wisely backing off the 3rd base for now is BYUN. BYUN's just going to wait. He's about to have 8 Vikings, at which point he stomps this army into the dirt. MAXPAX does not know that. He's just lost 10 probes to 1 Marine, 1 Marauder in his natural. MAXPAX is all in. Anti-armor missile, 8 Vikings, and a whole lot of bio. Brilliant play here. And not to mention the Vikings essentially get a +2 upgrade from that anti-armor missile on those Colossus, or at least the 2 that were hit by it. Good Stalker focus fire. Only 1 Colossus goes down for 2 Vikings. Back to 6 Vikings now. The Marauders and Marines doing A-OK. BYUN just needs to survive. He could pull SCVs, but he doesn't need to. Good judging of the fight for BYUN. Shuts him down and ties up this series 2-2. All right, guys. Down here at the bottom right side, MAXPAX. Top left, it's BYUN. TVP Game 5 to decide it all on Ruby Rock. BYUN's had such a good day. I think that quick loss on Tourmaline making this series much harder than it should be. Honestly, Game 2 could have been his as well. He had some great moments on Mothership, didn't he, guys? Build a depot here, says, you're trapped in here with me! Is MAXPAX willing to recall to save? I almost always want to recall, but I think if you go Cybercore before Nexus, recalling the probes usually not worth it, because you really want to chrono your Adept. And if you chrono the Adept, I don't think you have another recall available for a long time. So I think this makes a lot of sense, is just let the probe die, but try to die in the back of the base. You know that the Reaper pops at about 1:58. Oh, he's going to recall it. Nice. I often like to go into the Fog of War so they don't know if I've recalled or not, so the Reaper still rallies over and wastes a few seconds coming after me. That's interesting. He does actually recall and chrono the Adept. So he did have extra energy. I didn't think he had that much energy. Am I crazy? Guess I'm seeing things. I like Brood War Protoss purely for cannons. I didn't do any cheese. I just like them. Protoss were pretty cool, man. I like the sound effects in StarCraft 1. And all the different little beepy boopies of like Reavers and Observers. The Observatory, the support bay or whatever it is, robotic support bay. When you click on that thing. Ooh. Some of the sound effects are so nostalgic, aren't they? Yeah, it's really cool, man. The shield battery that like took up as much space as a gateway. Bloody gigantic chunker. Twilight Council on the way. Yeah, Brood War sound design, very unique, very cool. Terran Academy with the Wilhelm scream or whatever it is. I always wondered, like, why is there a guy screaming when you click on the Academy? I guess they're testing the stim packs on him and stuff. Oh, it's the Howie, not the Wilhelm. Right. I'm like, I remember just being like, why is your building screaming? I don't understand. And it's like, oh, I guess they're doing some MK Ultra stuff in there to figure out how the stim packs work. Second Gateway Robo on the way, coming out after the Blink. Pretty standard opening, yeah. He's lost an Adept for an SCV, but he did delay the Command Center with that. So, you know, you got some value. Cyclone's not a cheap investment for map control this early either. It's there to deny scouting, which he's hoping will open up Banshee's opportunities. Ooh. Could also be screaming because of a fire bat accidentally getting set on fire. Oh yeah, that could be it as well. Thank you, Kiltrosity. Thank you, Alvex Penside. Guys, if you want to help us cover today's PiGosaur prize pool, please do consider tipping if you're watching this live. It's been a month of not being able to raise any cash for that. I know a lot of you have already supported PigFest a lot, so it is what it is. But gonna little bit empty on that goal today. If you want maybe help, I spent $200 prize pool first place no matter what. Bar very empty. You spare $5. It make big difference. Thank you, friends. What can I say, guys? Shameless sellouts as per always. Yeah, it's not cheap running a weekly cup. We leave this open to everyone to cast, everyone to play in. Big part of it. So just trying to make it as accessible as possible and fill in where ESL and all the other big orgs no longer run tournaments for StarCraft. Thank you, Sasquatch, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you so much. My man, 5 gifted subs. Thank you for the biddies. I take offense at you begging for money. Here you go, pleb. 15 bits. That's 15 US cents. Not dollars, cents. I appreciate that. What can you get for 15 cents these days, guys? Stalker's doing some damage. When we were in Dallas, there was an old-timey candy shop that we went to. And I went there with some American friends. And I was like, oh, and they told me which ones were like the classic old-time ones. I got one, I don't know if they're called gumdrops or something. Basically, it was literally a piece of wax paper with colored sugar drops that were like stuck on it. And whenever you peeled one off to eat it, it would always come with like some of the wax paper. So you were just eating paper with colored sugar on it. I was like, this is the worst thing ever. This is like, is this like 18th century American candy? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, this is crazy. Candy buttons, that's what it's called. This is like the worst. I mean, this is crazy bad. Delicious paper. Those some good ones, man. You could probably get a few of those candy buttons for 15 cents, I think. There's a few nice ones. I got some nice cinnamon hard candies, you guys would call them. Cinnamon lollies, I'd call them. Dude, I feel like BYUN's very turtled up this game. The problem here now is just that your Banshees haven't done anything. They've been scouted. You're completely on lockdown. And this Banshee opening really has not paid off, right? And this is where the Cyclone builds can fall off a bit, man. You invest so much to deny their vision, and then if they see what you're doing anyway, it's like, well, MAXPAX is just going to take free reign. Look at this, 62 workers, no Fs given. He's got Colossus charge, +1 extended thermal lance. Like, BYUN needs to go right now, but his army's just not very scary yet. He has the narrowest window to do damage. If he doesn't take advantage, like 8 gates kicking in, Zealots and Stalkers are blinking in, this is good, but is this enough? MAXPAX is not reprobing. He is aware of the threat. He sees the army coming. He's only building one more probe. He knows, just keep making army. If he can get the Colossus and the Zealots in front of this, he might be able to defend. Stim shields +1, not quite done. Stim and +1 will be finished, but no concussive, and shields is still about 25, 30 seconds away. Banshee's going to rotate into the main. Ooh, Zealot drop comes in. And I think BYUN's just like, whatevs, man. I got to get damage done now. He's going to come forward. Those tanks, one of them will go down very quickly, but... Oh, BYUN wants to click on the Colossus. That's a crazy move. SCVs and Marauders trying to defend over here. He hasn't lost too many workers just yet. Banshees come into the natural, and they will go down to these Stalkers. That's a good cleanup for MAXPAX. Looked like the Stalkers were out of position, but not for long. I think we're going to need an ambulance. It's looking really scary as these upgrades kick in for Protoss. Another tank goes down. They were the only real clean answer to the Colossus. The Marines run forward, but the Colossus roasts, it toasts. And remember, yes, there's a third command center, but there's no answer to this Colossus tech, and the units lost tab too close for comfort. BYUN needed better than that, and just the opening just did not go his way, man. It's moving forward. We've got the Zealot Prism going in for the drop in the main. He's only got 2 Marines in there. Not enough to defend these Vikings. Not quite ready. BYUN trying to turtle up at home, but I don't know if he can even survive this. Let's send a whole pack of Marauders forward. Prism can just pick those up, but he's not going to. Prism does not pick up the Zealots. A little sloppy. Uh-oh. Watch out for the force field. Watch out for the force field. It's actually Guardian Shield that he goes for. MAXPAX says, you know what? Let's just pick off these add-ons for now. That is A-okay. 4th Nexus starts. He's still on 61 workers, 10 worker advantage. His Colossus have extended thermal lance and +1. Bio, he's overstimmed. He's out of juice. He's got to lift the command center, pull the boys and go. He's got 1 Viking, but it's not enough. And that is just way too brutal of an opening. And I'll go back because, sorry, I was begging for money and talking about other stuff. I apologize for that, guys. That's my bad. I just realized we're getting to the very final game of the tournament, and I haven't once. I've only mentioned it a few times. Thank you so much, by the way. Anonymous with $15. Take my Canuck bucks, you truck. Well, word that rhymes with truck. I appreciate you. Ziggy Dead, thank you for the $20 as well. So the problem here is just like... Research complete. MAXPAX, I guess, figured out it was Banshees too early? Like, why didn't he go across the map with the Banshees, guys, is my question. Because if he flew in with one like now when Cloak was done, he could have done great damage. So why did BYUN not commit with his Banshees, guys? And then he does, but he does it so derpily when the Stalkers are obviously rotating there, and he gives it away. Oh my, this is so bad. Oh, unfortunate, man. Dude, BYUN could have done well with this. He needed to go across the map and find damage earlier. And instead he pulls the Banshees back. And then he's gone a Cyclone, multiple tanks, and 2 Banshees. And he's done nothing on the other side of the map. MAXPAX holds the probe key down. It just gets too far ahead. This was a big blunder with the Banshees for BYUN. Even if just 1 Banshee flew in the main, there was no second observer. This is the rare game where actually he was wide open to the Banshees. Massive mistakes for BYUN. And MAXPAX runs away in the final game, gets himself yet another PiGosaur victory. GG, well played. MAXPAX is a beast.